Then I'll be speaking now. So sit down. Take a cushion. Please sit down. Yes, you can sit here if you like. No problem. Sit on a cushion. Get a cushion. Or chair there. I mean, whatever you like. Hare Krishna. This is okay. That's okay. No problem. Simple is good. Too much hard work for you. Okay? Yes. It's a bit. Please, everyone, Hare Krishna, sit down. If you like a chair is there, and also chair outside. Please, yes, sit. So before speaking about Bhagavad Gita, I will sing, and please join me if you can. That will be wonderful. Jayo Radha Madhavo Jayo Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Jana Vallabho Jayo Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabho Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Radha Madhavo Jayo Kunja Bihari Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhavo Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhavo Jayo Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayong Vishnupad Paramhansha Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad Abhay Charunarubinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayong Vishnupad Paramhansha Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Can somebody close the door? Because, if they are not going to stay here, there's a lot of noise coming. Yes, thank you so much, Amrita Vilasini. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. Could you put some closer if you like? I'm like empty here, so you can come closer. I can't see any of you. This is the time every single day we speak from Bhagavad Gita from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And today happened to be my turn. So thank you very much, first of all, for coming here. Come closer. So that I can see your face. So the particular verse I have been given. Yes, children are good when they are sitting down nicely. So everybody coming regularly, all of you are regularly coming here, or just first time? No? First time anybody coming here? No. Your first time? Oh my God. Very good. So far so good? You enjoying here? Good. So this is, and morning time we read from Srimad Bhagavatam, but evening time we do from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The particular verse I have been given, it is, yes, it is actually on the line there. So it's much, much easier for you. What happens is I recite first and you repeat after me. That way you will also enjoy what I'm doing. You can check on me. Okay, so Adesho Kale, repeat after me. Yadanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkritam abhogyatam tatyamas udahutam. Now a little bit faster. Adesho kale adhyanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkritam abhogyatam tattvamas udahutam. Okay, one more time, final time. Adesho kale adhyanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkritam abhogyatam tattvamas udahutam. Okay, so now you also repeat after me. We read from Sanskrit and we also do word by word meaning. Adesha, repeat Adesha. At an impurified place. At an impurified place. Yeah. Kale and unpurified time. Yat, that which. Danam, charity. Apatrebhya, to unworthy persons. Cha, also. Diyate, is given. Asatkritam, without respect. Abhogyatam, without proper attention. Tat, that. Tamasam, in the mode of darkness. Udahutam, is said to be. So exactly the same way we will do the translation. You also repeat after me. And charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to unworthy persons, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Okay, now I read only and you listen, which is the purport. The contributions for indulgence in intoxication and gambling are not encouraged here. That sort of contribution is in the mode of ignorance. Such charity is not beneficial, rather sinful persons are encouraged. Similarly, if a person gives charity to a suitable person, but without respect and without attention, that sort of charity is also said to be in the mode of darkness. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandehang Sri Gurum Sri Yuta Padakamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Sagrajatang Sahagana Raghunatang Nitang Twang Sajibam Sadvaitang Sabodhutang Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Tapto Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpo Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhuye Bacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vashadi Gaura Bhakta Brindo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Thank you. So, as you know, we always chant Hare Krishna mantra. Why? Because mantrayate iti mantra. Man means mind. Mind is all kind of always giving us disturbances. The man can be delivered by mantra. Okay? And this mantra is not in this world. Mantra comes from another world, which is spiritual world. And that's why mantra gives us pleasure. So every time you chant Hare Krishna mantra with your full love and affection towards Krishna, you see how you feel. Okay, so coming back to our verse. Adishu kale yadyanam apatrebhyascha diyate asatkrita abhugyatam tatyamas samudahutam. And charity performed at an impure place, at an improper time, to unworthy persons, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Okay, apparently this particular verse is looking very simple, which is telling us the charity, about the charity. We all do to some degree of charity, like I have been in the reception. I'm noticing so many people coming and giving charity. So charity, here Krishna Bhagavan is saying, charity performed when we do charity at improper place. The place is not correct. At an improper time, samay, time is also very important. So place and the time, which is improper, and unworthy person, the person who does not really should be having any charity, or without proper attention and respect, is said to be mode of ignorance. So when we are giving charity, we must be very attentive. who we are giving the charity to, we should be also giving respect to the person we are giving the charity. So all of these things are very simple. Charity we should be giving, and if it is not, without respect, without a proper time, impure place, and no attention, no respect, then that charity has really no value. That's what Krishna Bhagavan is saying. And here he is mentioning, Srila Prabhupada is giving us a little explanation. The contribution for indulgence, intoxication, gambling are not encouraged here. Right, now how many times we go wherever we go and we see that people are in need of money, we actually give them the charity. Here it is specifically mentioned that intoxication, those who are indulging in intoxication and gambling are not, so these sort of person we should be avoiding. And the sort of contribution is in the mode of ignorance. So if we do, we knowing the fact that person is indulging in gambling, indulging in intoxications, we should not be giving any charity. Such charity is not beneficial. Rather, sinful person is encouraged. Whoever sinful, sinful people, those who are taking all these intoxications and gambling, they are encouraged. We should not be giving them any charity. And there is another point has been mentioned just in this verse, that if a person gives a charity, maybe to a suitable person, we may think that that person is suitable, but without any respect and without any attention, that sort of charity is also called mode of ignorance. So this is the actual verse. Now this is the mode of ignorance has been described here. Now what is the mode of passion? This particular chapter is called Division of Faith. We will come on to that. Now, this is the mode of ignorance, and then it is talking about a mode of passion. What is mode of passion? Charity. Charity being done in the mode of passion. Now, what is that? Let's see. The charity performed with an expectation of some return or with a desire for fruitive results in grudging mood is said to be charity in the mode of ignorance. In other words, when we give charity, we expect something in return, right? Either, whatever that may be. So charity is saying that sometime we give charity thinking that elevation to the heavenly planet. That means some kind of reward. Or sometimes with great trouble and with repentance, we think, why have I spent this money in this way? So this charity, when being given under obligations, somebody said, senior members of the family may have said, you should give charity to this or charity to that. So obligation at the request of the superior. And these kind of charity are said to be in the mode of passion. So that's what we can see. So we can see the difference between the mode of ignorance, we give to the totally wrong person, and the mode of passion is that we do give charity under the request of the superiors, or we may go to the heavenly planet for some kind of reward in return. Now the final thing is, what is the charity for in mode of goodness? This is very important for us to know. The charity, when we give out something out of duty, I don't think any of us actually do things so much seriously. When we are giving, we just give without thinking, we think, okay, some kind of piety may be acquired. But here in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Bhagavan clearly stating the distinction between who we should give, who we should not give, what should be our mentality, everything in detail. So going back to the point of mode of goodness, charity given out of duty, and without expecting anything in return. And it should be in proper time and proper place, and to a worthy person is considered to be mode of goodness. You see? So much difference, completely opposite. Charity should be given under a duty without expecting anything, without expecting any results, anything in return. Anything in return means, we expect some kind of reward. Now here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, in the Vedic literature, charity given to a person who is engaged in spiritual activities is recommended. That means the Vedic literature, this is our Bhagavad Gita, is our Vedic literature, which is telling us charity should be given who is engaged in the spiritual activities. And that's what Vedic literature is recommending us. How much we are following, we can see that. And there is no recommendation for giving charity indiscriminately. Without understanding who we are giving to, there is no recommendation for that. Then, spiritual perfection is always a consideration. We must consider who are we giving this charity to. Therefore, charity is recommended to be given at a place to a qualified Brahmana, or a Vaishnava, or a devotee, or in temples. Very clearly it has been mentioned in the Shastra, in the Vedic literature. Such charity should be given without any consideration of return. Nothing we should be getting it back. We should just give. Charity to the poor is sometimes given out of compassion. We do give out, when we see someone really needing it, we just give it to them. That's out of compassion. But if a poor man is not worth giving charity to, then there is no spiritual advancement. Ultimately, everything we do for our advancement in spiritual life, spiritual mentality, spiritual action, charity is one such action that we should be doing, knowing the fact what we are doing. In other words, indiscriminate charity is not recommended in the Vedic literature. Okay, so we know now the charity and the mode of goodness, charity and the mode of compassion, and charity is in the mode of ignorance. Now, have we ever given a thought that we are all human beings, but yet we are all acting very differently? Why is so? This question probably never has been arising, That question should be within our mind, who we should give it to. And not just charity, there are so many other things. Now, I just go back a little and say that this chapter is called Division of Faith. Within this division of faith, this charity has been included. Now, what is faith? First of all, we have to understand that. Faith means Shraddha. Sanskrit word is Shraddha. Those who are in mode of goodness, they begin with Shraddha. Now, in this particular chapter, at the very beginning, as you all know, the Bhagavad Gita, who has had a Bhagavad Gita actually gone through them? You all have gone through Bhagavad Gita. So you know that all the time we see every chapter is that Arjuna is questioning and Bhagavan Sri Krishna is answering. Now you may say, oh really, it says many verses is actually, that was the thing I had, question I had, that all the time, most of the time we find in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Krishna has been addressed as Sri Bhagavan. But I used to wonder, where is the name of Krishna? Why Krishna is Bhagavan? Anybody else can be Bhagavan. But this particular verse is actually mentioning is that at the very beginning, Arjuna is questioning Ka Krishna. The word Krishna word is there. So we should not have any doubts that this is Krishna. Swayam Bhagavan, the Bhagavan Uvacha is no one other than Krishna himself. So sometime we might have, our concocted mind, we doubts. The Sri Bhagavan means who? Sri Bhagavan means Krishna. That we have to understand. So at the very beginning of this chapter, Arjuna is asking that, why do we have to follow the principles of the scripture? Yes, and people can act according to their imagination. If they do, what is wrong? Are they in the mode of goodness? Are they in the mode of passion? Or are they in the mode of ignorance? When we do whimsically things, then what kind of faith, what kind of modes? Now modes come into it. What is modes? Modes actually in Sanskrit word, it's called guna. Guna means quality within us, right? So, right from the beginning, if we try to understand why is a different human being, we are so many different, we are all human beings, but particularly we find that here, we will not talk about anything else other than faith. This chapter is called Division of Faith. So, why is particular faith regardless of who is? We all have a faith regardless of who we are. But sometimes we see this faith is in good modes, sometimes is in passion, sometimes is in ignorance. Now, according to the particular faith, we actually associate with a certain type of people. 15th chapter, if we go back, we will see that very categorically has been mentioned that we are the people that originally a fragmental part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. We are part and parcels of Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is who? Krishna. Therefore, our originally transcendental activities to all the modes of material nature. Okay? But when we are fragmental part, tiny portion of Bhagavan. Right? We understand that, no problem. So this is, we have to understand scientifically. Look how beautifully Srila Prabhupada actually giving us the pure science on the way we are acting, beginning with, the verse we have been given on charity. Now, what is the source? Why we are acting the way we are acting? So we are fragmental part. This part we understand. We are a minute transcendental, which is our spirit soul within us. Due to that, we are conscious. If that is not there, it's just the gross body. So, but then what happens is, one is originally transcendental. So that means we are transcendental. We are not supreme transcendental, but we are fragmentally transcendental. That's what we have to understand. And if we do that, then if we understand that, then what we have to do, we have to come into our relationship. We actually then forget our relationship. For relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's why we come under these different modes. The modes means quality, which is sometime in goodness, sometimes in passion, and sometime in mode of ignorance. Now, okay, so this, but we understand this bit. Then what happens? Because we forget our relationship with the Supreme. Now, there is a very beautiful example Srila Prabhupada has given, like a fire. Fire is very bright, very strong. But when the little tiny Jai Shri Radha Gokulananda ki Jai, Jai Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki Jai, Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So, but at the same time, spark is also fire. But the spark, when it comes out of the fire, it doesn't have the fiery quality. So the spark has to remain with the fire, only then it will have a quality of the fire. Similarly, we also have to be, contact with the Supreme. If we don't, then we'll become under the material nature. We come into contact under the material nature, and then we get conditioned. And then we generate, what do we generate? We generate our own position by association, different variety of material nature. So once we are, therefore, one has to become cleansed in material contamination as he has acquired. And then in order to regain his relationship with the Supreme Lord, that is the only path back home, back to Godhead. And what is the path? The path is Krishna consciousness. So this is what it is. We have forgotten Krishna, even though we have come from Krishna. We are fragmental part, and this fragmental part is not connected with Krishna. Therefore, what happens is it gets contacted with the material nature. And this material nature has this guna, that's these modes. What is this mode? Goodness, passion, ignorance, right? But goodness is better than ignorance and passion, but we have to rise above goodness. This is called, anyway, I will come on to that. So, one has to become cleansed in the material contamination he has acquired. And in order to regain his relationship with Supreme Lord, that is the only path. If one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation to the perfect stage. If one does not take this path of self-realization, then he is surely to be conducted by influence of the modes of nature. So we have to go above this mode. If we don't go above this mode, that means that above this material nature. If we don't do it, then what happens is, this is another, that is called pure goodness. Pure goodness means more than goodness, which is not contaminated. There is another thing also here to be understood, how these modes come onto us, how we acquire them. It's very simple. One's faith is not completely purified in goodness. The faith then subject to contaminate by any of the three modes in material nature. So, our modes, our faith, first of all, faith comes into it. Remember, before the modes is faith comes in. Now, when faith is contaminated, then we get the material nature affect us. But when we are above this faith, then what happens? As long as one's faith is not completely purified, the faith gets contaminated. The contaminated modes, then what happens? Material nature expand to the heart. Right? Modes then goes into the heart. So when we are acting in the mode of goodness, it's actually coming from the heart. Did we know this? We didn't know. At least I didn't know. So suddenly, and when when we read the Shastra, when we read this Vedic literature, everything has been explained in here. So contaminated modes of material nature expand to the heart. And then, therefore, according to the position of the heart in contact with a particular mode of material nature, one's faith is established. So, depending on our faith, the faith goes to the heart, and according to that, modes are also acting. So it should be understood that if one's heart in the mode of goodness, his faith is also in the mode of goodness. If his heart is the mode of passion, then his faith is also in the mode of passion. So it's ultimately the modes actually situated in the heart. And if his heart is in the mode of darkness, illusion, then his faith is also contaminated. Thus we find different types of faith in this world, and there are different types of religion also. So from this faith we can see the different types of religion also has come. But otherwise we should have been all equal, but it's not happening like that. Due to the modes, the way it is acting, that's how we are acting differently. Our faith is different, and similarly we are having a different types of religion in this world. The real principle of religious faith is situated in the mode of pure goodness, which is above the mode, above any modes, goodness, passion, ignorance. But because the heart is tended, we find different types of religious principles, and thus, according to the different types of faith, there are different kinds of worship. So you can see so many ways actually it is acting simply because we have forgotten the relationship with the Supreme Lord. It goes into the heart, modes goes into the heart, and according to the heart, we are acting very differently. Even though we are all human beings, but so many different ways we are actually functioning. So the final thing I just wanted to mention, that although we have a charity, the verse been given for the charity in the mode of ignorance. But fundamental thing we have to remember that anything done without the transcendental objective, whether it's a sacrifice, actually this particular chapter, divisions of faith, that actually includes sacrifice, austerities, penances, food, and charity. So all of this put together, Srila Prabhupada is pointing out that anything done without the transcendental objective, whether it is sacrifice, charity, penance, is useless. It is useless. Transcendental objectives has to be there. The motives has to be that I am doing this for the sake of higher purposes. Therefore, everything should be done for the Supreme in Krishna consciousness. This is the final conclusion. Everything we should be doing, our consciousness should be towards Krishna. When we have such faith, without such faith and without the proper guidance, who will be guiding us? Guiding somebody who has... Literature is there, but at the same time somebody has to guide us. That is our spiritual master. Somebody without proper guidance, there can never be any fruit. Whimsically we do things, it will have no fruit whatsoever. In all the Vedic scriptures, faith in the Supreme is advised. So division of faith, the fundamental faith is who? Fundamental faith is in Supreme. which is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. In the pursuit of Vedic instruction, all Vedic instructions, the ultimate goal is understanding Krishna. If we understand Krishna, if we know who He is, why we have come, all of you have come to see Krishna, not to see anything else. How beautiful He looks. You have love. You have developed love for Him. That's why you have come. And this is the consciousness. So it is saying that the Vedic instruction is, the ultimate goal is understanding Krishna. No one can obtain success without following these principles. If you love Krishna, if you do things for Krishna, if you give charity to Krishna, if you do penances for Krishna, if you do sacrifices for Krishna, food if you offer to Krishna, all of these things are transcendental. Transcendental means not in this material thing. It is above material, which is spiritual. So you can see, being in this material world, you can be actually spiritual. You don't have to go another planet, provided we act according to the scriptural injunction. So, therefore, this is the final word. Please listen attentively. Therefore, the best course is to work from the very beginning in your life with Krishna consciousness, conscious of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. And that is the way to make everything successful. Hare Krishna, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, anybody has any question? Yes, ma'am. Prabhupada. If you come here, I am not very good in...
I just had a question about charity, because on the street we're giving the books to the people. So is that considered charity also?
Oh, that is a wonderful charity you are doing, yes. That's what you should be giving to the people. What you are giving the knowledge of Krishna. That is mode of pure goodness, I would say. I am a little bit deaf, so if you wouldn't mind coming in the front and speak to me, please. Yeah.
This verse was talking about that we should consider the right person. Who is the right person to give the charity?
Yes, that is, I am not saying that is in the scripture, right person, right motive, right attention. But what we are giving? We are giving this transcendental literature, not knowing these people, whether they are qualified or unqualified. That's your question, So when we do give with an intention, thinking that one of these days probably he will read this book, and not just reading it, understanding it and act on it properly. This is the understanding we have. That's why I also go out and I also give books. And I always think, I pray to Krishna, please give him some intelligence so that he can read the book, not to keep it in a showcase forever, acquiring dust. So I pray. So if you have that intention, giving the book to someone who is one of these days probably will read the book. So I would say it is pure goodness. Is that answer to your question?
Also, I was wondering about expecting something in return. Usually we ask for a donation for the book.
You ask for donations because the cost of the book is not free. Temple is printing these books, no one giving them free books, But depending on how much donations you are giving, if you are keeping it for yourself, then there will be question mark. But if it is for Krishna, for the temple, by all means, you accept that donations. Sometime I see differently. But the books you are giving, the donations you are giving, because nothing is free these days. Okay? So, no, there's no problem with that, to receive donations, giving it to the temple. Anything else? No. Okay, so now that we're coming up to anybody else's, you understood? So next time, you know, when you are giving charity, who to give the charity to? Raise your hand if you are going to give it to Krishna and Krishna's temple. Almost all of you, yes. And that's what you do. I often notice here, they all stand in the queue and you're always giving donations to Krishna. Yes, that is the way to do. All the devotees or brahmanas, you know, proper brahmanas. So, okay, now that we are coming towards 7 o'clock, now if I sing, you have to promise me, will you join me? Who says yes? You. Only one person said yes. No, then I'm not singing, I'm going home. So, you'll be all joining me? Okay, loud and clear, because 7 o'clock is the Aratrik, and you have come here, so he also wants to hear you, not just me only, you know? So please. It's a Hare Krishna mantra. Everybody knows. Who doesn't know Hare Krishna mantra? Hare Krishna mantra, as I said, this is a mantra, and not only just mantra, Maha mantra, coming from spiritual world, coming in front of our temple. And it is for the Lordship's pleasure we are singing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go! Hare Krishna, loud. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Loud and clear. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. I'm not singing anymore because I can see no one singing, or maybe one or two people singing. And loud, loud, so that Lordship can, oof, why you are shouting? Please sing loudly. One more final chance. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Better, better. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.